Good morning, Patrick here again, live from Eastbourne. And the more I do these videos, the more I realize I desperately need to go back and see my barber again. So I wanted to jump on and talk to you guys about something that I find super interesting. There's a guy that talks about this stuff really well, and his name's Dr. Joe Dispenza. And it's the reason why people really struggle to break a habit or a pattern. The brain loves familiarity, absolutely loves it. So what it's very good at doing is recognizing patterns and building neurological circuits in order to actually make a habit very simple. Now, the concept really is that actually to learn a new skill or learn a new habit, learn a new process, learn a new movement, it doesn't actually take that many repetitions before people can kind of get to grips with it. So say, for example, someone wants to pick up a guitar and they want to put their hand into the C note position. Now, I've picked up a guitar and trying to put my hand into the C note position feels like the most awkward thing in the world. Yet when I see other people play the guitar, they just switch between the positions really easy and they know all of these different positions and they don't even have to kind of look at it or think about it. Now, the reality of that is that that person that can do that has done that a number of times, and as a result, that new habit or that new skill is then actually evolved. So it's really interesting. In order to learn a new skill or a new habit, it takes roughly 100 times. But actually to break one, it can take up to 1,000, and it can actually take more. So they talk about the 20-day or the 21-day build a habit. So it generally takes around roughly 21 days of repetition in order to actually build a new skill. Now you'll see this a lot with like YouTube stars and stuff on their videos that say, build a new lifestyle in 21 days. Build decent abs in 21 days, in 21 days. And the main reason being is what they basically are showing, and they don't necessarily say that you're going to actually be successful in that thing in 21 days, but in order to actually create a shift in the mindset or the way that the nerves and the neurology actually start to work, you need to do something consistently for so many days. This is why people get really difficult to actually break the pattern. Now, there's a few reasons. So when we do something, say for example, something like, we all know that smoking is bad for us. We all know that drinking too much soda or Coke or whatever is bad for us, or eating too much sugar or eating too much fat or fast food. But why can't we break those patterns? Now, our brain produces a pattern in the frontal part of our brain, and it goes to a certain other part of the brain, and it actually sends a signal for dopamine, which is a really quick release, which basically goes, I like this is familiar. So when we go for a pattern, our brain releases certain hormones. And do you know what the ironic thing is? Even if something is detrimental to our health, because our brain recognizes the familiarity in that process, it releases this hormone and it goes, actually, do you know what? I know this, and even though I don't like it, I know that I come out safe on the other end of it. It's the same reason why people stay in abusive relationships. It's the same reason why. And so in order to actually break these things, you have to put the same effort into breaking the habit that took you to build the habit in the first place. So say, for example, someone would have had to have gone through the process of drinking Coke 100 times plus to become addicted or habitual in doing that thing. Same again with coffee. People would have had to have drunk coffee for like 21 days in a row to become like in a space where they do that on a consistent basis. So a lot of people that I will see or people that I will work with, they'll go, well, I tried it. And I go, okay, so tell me a little bit more about you trying it. So they did the exercises I gave them, and they say, oh yeah, I've tried it, didn't work. Okay, just tell me a little bit more. Oh, well, I did it on Sunday, maybe spent 5 minutes doing it, and yeah, just didn't do anything. I'm like, okay, so please explain to me, do you believe whether Arnold Schwarzenegger, he became Mr. Olympia after doing his bicep curls once? No. Okay, so do you think that your exercise is actually going to change your body physiology and the length of your muscles and the tone of your strength, etc. in one go? No, probably not. Okay, so do you think maybe you need to give them a couple more goes? Yes. And again, it's the same principle. We've got to go through this process consistently and start actually building it, build the new neural patterns. And once that habit is there, naturally the brain will start familiarizing it and it will start to build that habit. So if you want to learn how to break your really bad habits, or you know that you've got some bad habits with your motor patterns, you've got some bad habits with your diet, you've got some bad habits with your mentality, then please give us a shout. Look, I'm really happy. I love answering the comments below. I also really enjoy answering some of the private messages that I've been getting. I've been getting actually some really cool private messages. So don't feel afraid, and I am willing to answer private messages. So if you want to jump on, send us a private message, send us a comment. I'm super happy to kind of answer those things. This isn't something that you'll get in other clinics. I enjoy actually helping people, and it's not necessarily all about getting people through the door. All right, so I will see you guys again tomorrow. Have a lovely, lovely day. Oh, by the way, this is the last day you'll have an opportunity to get a ticket for our screening event this weekend. After today, we are done. We are selling no more tickets, and as a result, this is completely free. By the way, this is a completely free posture check. There's no obligations, but we will give people a special offer if they want to join us in the clinic, if they feel like they see some value in it. I'll speak to you guys again tomorrow. Take care.